right, welcome back to the Real Estate Huddle, and we are at episode 50, number 50. We're excited about that. This is cool for us to be able to continue on with this, and hopefully you've been listening and receiving some value from what we talk about here, and if not that, maybe a little entertainment. Who knows? But today we're going to talk about Wash Park and have a spotlight on one of the coolest spots in Colorado to frequent. And it's a very fun, unique area to have a huge park in the middle of the city that offers a lot there. So we're going to talk about why people talk about Washington Park, right? But commonly referred to as Wash Park. What are some of your favorite things about Wash Park? Why do people talk about it so much? What's the hype?
It's like, I don't know. I live in Parker. What are you talking about? What is this place?
I live on the east side.
I think of it like holistically, like growing up in Connecticut, you have, Central Park in Manhattan. It's kind of a throwback to creating a city with something like that in the middle.
Yep.
If you look at Wash Park in Denver, like what are you not near? Like you're not near to very few places.
Yeah, the accessibility is unmatched.
Access.
Very close to downtown and Cherry Creek, right? I mean,
Cherry Creek's right
big
there.
Draws, yeah.
DU's right there. We had some debate whether Bonnie Bray is part of Wash Park or its own thing, but it's like right there.
Yeah.
What you can do in the park, like forgetting restaurants and living and dining, the park is a magnet.
Yeah. And time frame wise, like it was established in 1899. And so it's been enjoyed for a very long time. It's rectangular in shape. Right in between Downing and Franklin Street is where the park is, right? But it goes much wider than that. About 8 blocks each way is considered like Wash Park neighborhood as far as real estate goes. So we'll talk more about the real estate in there later. But it goes all the way from Virginia to Louisiana. And we're literally just like
those are streets, not states, right?
Yes, exactly. These are streets we're talking about. Virginia Street to Louisiana Street. And and this park is like 3 or 4 blocks wide, right? Like, so it's a big park. You can see it as you're driving. It's beautiful. You notice it. It's a head turner, right? With there and it's got basketball courts. It's got tennis courts. It's got lakes. Lots of green space. It's got like a running track that goes around it. I have heard a couple of my clients refer to it as Sports Bra Park because it is a very active, frequented park by a lot of people and people with, getting exercise in on leash, with dogs on leash and that sort of thing. We live in such a dog state with as far as how many people have a dog in their house and get out with it. So
like to those out of Colorado, every time there is a football game on primetime in Denver, they have a shot of the boathouse on the lake in Wash Park. So you didn't know what Wash Park, you didn't think you knew what Wash Park, but you've seen it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I think I was walking in there like, I feel like we end up there for like proms. You guys are too young for this. But like there's always, dances, photos are there. And I've done some like walks there, and it reminded me of Central Park because there's adult kickball leagues in the park.
That's cool.
Yeah, they have. I've seen them. They've got kickball. I've seen them do. I think they've got a lacrosse league, possibly that plays there. I think I've seen a rugby league play there.
I could see rugby. There's always volleyball.
They've got something going on.
Lots of hoops too, like high level hoops. It's good basketball. On Saturdays at like 11, there's a pickup game that's out there. And I got to know Anthony Carter that used to play with the Nuggets at Choose Fitness. And he was telling me like, every Saturday, 11 o'clock, we're running, at Wash Park. And so there's a good game out there.
A lot of hard street ballers in Wash Park.
Yeah. Don't show up at 11 if you're not like a gamer.
A lot of hard fouls going on.
That too. That's why I've never been. But I got invited, so that made me feel cool. Yeah. So there's also a ton of nearby dining and shopping, right? So Gaylord Street is very famous for having just some killer restaurants. Yeah, historic Gaylord Street. So what are some of those restaurants and places where the people talk about quite a bit?
I start at the southern corner is Wash Park Grill. Great Sunday brunch.
Nice.
Probably the only time I've been there. I've been there for like an event.
Do they have indoor and outdoor seating?
They do.
Okay, sweet.
And then right across the street, Reaver's Burger. I think it's one of the best burgers in town.
Nice. That's awesome. Is that what
Yeah.
Park Burger would say, or would they argue with that?
They'd probably argue with that.
'Cause
But
Park
I'm
Burger's
telling
another
you,
one.
it's pretty damn good.
Park Burger's pretty good.
Park Burger's solid. I like that
Burger's really
place.
good.
I think like a good local hangout is Campus Lounge is really popular down there.
Oh, that's in Bonnie Bray, right?
I think
it's
it's
right
in the
there.
other direction, but I could be wrong too.
Isn't there a Lucille's in Wash Park?
Or no, it is. Yeah.
I don't know.
Off
If
Logan?
I'm not sure. I know Perdita is one that's like a Mexican restaurant.
You just
It's
like to use
delicious.
your perfect accent.
Perdida. Yeah, it's so good. I love that place. Really good tacos.
And there's gotta, I'm making it up, there's gotta be a dozen restaurants on a 3-block stint of Gaylord Fair.
Yeah.
There's a good sushi place I've been, and I'm not remembering its name, but you can just show up on the south end,
Yeah.
think about what you want, and walk until you find it. It's great.
Sushi Den?
Sushi Den is,
Izakaya Den?
Adjacent-ish.
Yeah, that's Platt Park. That's
Park,
a little further away, but
But we keep mentioning places like, oh, is that technically, Wash Park? The great thing about Wash Park is, it's bordering other
Everything.
neighborhoods that have a lot of cool stuff in them. So you can't really go wrong being in that area. Like all the neighborhoods nearby have really cool stuff. I know there's Punch Bowl Social is like kind of right there in that area. They have like bowling, an arcade, a bar, a diner, all that stuff like in one place. So there's a lot going on. Like if you're looking for it, you can definitely find it.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I love is the accessibility, like we mentioned before. Because you have Cherry Creek, which is right there, right? So you have everything from Cherry Creek Mall, everything that Cherry Creek has to offer. We were just down there. Have you guys ever been to Seoul down there?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yep.
I mean, they're like walking distance from those really good restaurants and that. And then you have, you're right off I-25, right? So takes you everywhere. But you're also like, you can take Spear all the way down to downtown Denver, which is, depending on traffic, like a 5 to 15 minute drive, right?
Yep.
It's just, and you can even walk like the walkability score, you'll see that on like MLS listings and Zillow and stuff like that. What that means is how walkable is that neighborhood? Like how long does it take you to walk to all the resources that you need? And this one is a high walkability score. You can literally ride your bike, walk, run, whatever. Sports bra park.
and if you've done all that walking, the best ice cream in town, Bonnie Bray.
Bonnie Bray's awesome.
Right on the edge of it.
Yep. You got Bonnie Bray everything right off on that university strip.
That's true.
Bonnie Bray liquor,
Cleaners.
Bonnie Bray laundromat, Bonnie Bray ice cream.
See, I think the
You
campus
walk into
lounge
one, you
is
might
right
think
on
it's
the
the other.
It is, yeah.
Bonnie's proud of her name. Yeah.
She did a good job.
Homegrown Tap and Dough, awesome pizza place too, right on historic Gaylord Street. And then, so let's talk about, there's schools, your Denver public schools, right? So you've got public options. You also have private options with Kent Denver, with some of these.
I think they're East. Is it East High School
Yeah,
district here?
No, south. I think south is right below.
In Wash Park. Yeah. Yep. So you've got some great school
I
options.
can never get those Denver high schools right.
Yeah, and you're centrally located, so if you want to send your kids to a charter school, a private school, like they're right around there as well. You've got lots of options, even like what's it called, like expedition type charter schools where they go and like camping and go outside and stuff
They go
like that.
skiing
There's-
every weekend.
Yeah, all kinds of options. So good opportunities there. And then let's talk about the real estate, right? Like different types of homes. I mean, you'll see some Victorians, some Tudors, you'll see some Denver Squares,
But then you'll see
mid-century moderns.
the scrap and builds that they just tore down and they just skyrocketed them.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's still, what do you call the
super
old
nice.
like
Bungalows.
bungalows? They're still lining,
yeah.
certainly one
Bungalows.
block in on either side of.
Those are some of my favorite homes to show too.
Yeah.
The character in them
Yeah.
and just the history that they
fun.
have behind them is really cool. And you can, if the walls could talk kind of thing, right?
They are
Like,
still way more prevalent than the pop tops or the
Yeah.
scrapes.
Well, if you want a nice, beautiful, historic bungalow, one of a kind, and you want to scrape that off the face of the earth and then build just a huge cube with as much square footage as possible, you can also do that to the bungalows. A lot of people love that option.
Thanks, Jackson. Thanks for that.
You want to take the history right out of Denver.
Well, and you guys, as far as like price per square foot goes, right? Like you're looking at, it's not cheap to live in Wash Park or near it. You are looking at like $730 a square foot in some cases. It can be pricey, but there's also a couple options that are pretty affordable. So like right now there's 70 homes available in Wash Park, and that's counting Wash Park West and Wash Park East. And of those 70 homes, the highest, most expensive home is $6.7 million. The lowest priced home is a condo, 1 bed, 1 bath condo for $199. It's actually dropped 50 grand. So if you're looking for an investment like that, close to a killer location, call us. We can show it to you.
So when you say east and west, you're talking about the high rises on either side of the park.
Yeah, we're talking about it's about, I would say, Wash Park West. Anything that's considered that is like still
From
east
Wash
of,
Park to I-25.
yeah, east of like Cherry Creek area still, and we're like in a spot there where it's probably 16 blocks west of the park, you know, and then you've got about University's kind of the hard cut. Even Wash Park East, you know, kind of stops there, but there's some pretty good options available right now. I mean, when we were looking at this a few years ago, there would have been about 5, right? Now there's 70. So that's how much things have changed with inventory.
Zillow says the average home price in Wash Park is 1.18.
That makes sense.
Which is appreciated 1 to 2% from last year.
Yeah,
So
that's believable.
yep.
Yeah, if you want to spend some money, you got Cherry Creek right to the north of you. You got Denver. If you want to spend some money on a house, spend some money on some nice food, some nice luxuries. Definitely a good area for that kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
The other thing that I really like about the real estate side of it is we talked about, like, we got bungalows, we've got brand new, developments, but you also have like just those solid brick homes, you know. You have the bungalows and you have just kind of the tired looking brick homes. But what a lot of people are doing right now is they're going in, scraping all of it on the inside, redoing everything, and just
Maintaining.
whether you want to call it gentrification or not, they're just really upping the property values of the entire Wash Park area because so many flippers are going in and just making them look killer, just awesome.
Well, your
Really
dollars
good.
your dollars go a long way when you can sell a home for $730 a square foot, right?
Yeah.
So like,
And it's only 1,200 square feet.
yeah,
Right.
we tell people they can 3 times their money with carpet and flooring a lot of times and other things in their house, and in some of these areas you can times 6 it, right? Because of the huge return that you get from updating and making it look nice.
And if you are, in the lower end of ranges of those homes, it's a good thing to be the lesser expensive home and have all of those homes near you have higher values that are going up, money and investment going into the area. So it's not a horrible thing to be, one of those lower price homes in such a great area.
Totally. Yep.
City living at its finest.
It really is, and really historic luxury, right, is what comes to mind. There's something about the historic charm mixed with luxury and like modern updates, right? It's just so cool when you have the architecture on the outside and inside. It's nothing but beautiful updates, but still preserving the charm and the character of the woodwork from that era. So.
And they have like a good sense of community too. I know they do a lot of like farmers markets. They do a lot of like summer music festivals, like breweries put on events, stuff like that. So a little more active. I know we have like some suburbs where it's, quiet. People kind of keep to themselves. Wash Park is definitely, I think, a little more social, a little bit more stuff going on.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think so. April's not here, and she's kind of our what's cool team member. She
She's
would
so
say
cool.
unequivocally that Wash Park is like the cool place to be, whether you're going out. And of course, if you can afford to live there, it's a cool place to live.
For a number of different like generations too, right? Or like age groups, all love like flocking to Wash Park. And so if you're listening and you're thinking like, hopefully this has answered some questions as far as from the outside looking in. Why would anyone move to Wash Park? Like, why are my friends telling me about Wash Park when I'm considering a move to Denver? Like, these are some of the reasons why so many people love this place, and I think it will continue to, ascend as far as property values go, and just be a great investment for homeowners in the community, and a fun place to go visit and get some exercise and enjoy the scenery of Denver right in the city. So thanks for listening, guys, and make sure to subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for next week when we bring in the flooring contractor, Andrew Coles, to talk to us about some flooring options that will blow your mind, like 0% financing on flooring projects and countertops. So stay tuned for next week. We'll see you then. Thanks for joining us. So if you have enjoyed what you're listening to and you'd like to hear more, make sure to press that subscribe button so that you can not miss out on any more episodes that are coming up. And also check out all of our contact information is below. You can see us at the dreamsmithteam.com to look up more information about our team and our history and all of the members of our team, and see contact information that you can reach us if you have any real estate needs.
See you next time.